Kathleen Norris, American poet and essayist, wrote these words entitled, "What Song Then?" When my life is alien soil, and a wind like fear makes restless ground of all I've done, what song then to send out roots, to drink the rain that does not come? How could I sing? Watch light come, from dark and mist rise, from waters, sky and shore, emerge out of night, and a tree half green, half bare. Half afraid of what is in me, though God has called it good, I sob over nothing, desires I cannot name. Sing us, they say, a song you remember. Sing us, they say, a song you remember. Kathleen Norris. My friends, when called to serve, whether that be in the church or in your paid work team, whether it be in a recreation group or a sporting event, or within our own family unit or among friends, the same thing applies, as if in any time we are called to gather for a common purpose. We are aware that there is a place for each of us, that we have a certain role to play, or specific gills or gifts or talents to offer. It's the very nature of community. We are each a part of a larger whole. It's what relationship means, defined as the way by which people are connected. The church, as exemplified by the spiritual life here at Emmanuel United, is a place of relationship in community with mutual respect, peace, patience, kindness, joy, and love together. And as we know, we who experience the welcome of this place are embraced by the openness, the acceptance, and the naming of the things that unite us, and also by the features that demonstrate that we live by the modern indicators of openness in community life. We name that we do not own the territory where we stand and live. The ownership belongs to our Creator. And the caretakers of this territory for thousands of years before imperialism and colonialism took over have been our indigenous ancestors and cousins. And in the name of historical justice, the rightful place of Earth's territorial ownership belongs to indigenous people, who we need to keep looking to in order to continue to take care of it with justice. In the same way, we need to return what does not belong to us to First Nations peoples. All European colonializers need to do this. Also, in the same way, we need to protest and make every effort to stop any efforts to develop land that has not been handed over by indigenous giving, by indigenous permission. At Emmanuel, we believe in doing our part to live in a spirit of reconciliation with our indigenous cousins and ancestors. But also at Emmanuel, relationship and community are truly lived out as long as we continue to respect and celebrate every relationship, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender or non-binary, every culture, every grandparents' and ancestors' home, and every story that we have. We do this every time we begin worship on Sunday. We do this to be ever mindful of the need to keep on declaring our commitment to inclusion and our commitment to keep on learning. The nature of family means that a constant commitment to each other in love for as long as we are in a relationship together is required. It means reflecting that what we believe about the nature of community is celebrating how we express our faith freely. And by choosing to be together and learning and growing from each other, we appreciate what it means to be servants. In this morning's gospel passage from the earliest gospel of Mark, the request of the Zebedee sons make it clear that they don't get this. They want power. And because they do, over the course of their ministry, they will keep showing that they have a lot to learn in order to know what servants are supposed to do and be. Marvin Gaye, one of the most legendary soul singers of the 20th century, produced a series of hit recordings before his untimely death in 1984 from gun violence. But now, 40 years later, the world may experience a new set of never-heard recordings from the singer. We can open a time capsule here and share the music of Marvin with our world, says Belgian lawyer Alex Trapenier. Assuming, of course, that ongoing legal proceedings can resolve their legal ownership, Trapenier is the attorney for the family of Charles Dumoulin, with whom Gaye once lived. Gaye moved to Belgium in 1981 to escape a cocaine habit he picked up while living in London. While living in Dumoulin, Gaye regained his health and returned to recording. Some of the recordings he made during that time have never been released, and their potential value has only skyrocketed in the decades since his death. And since Gaye gave them to the family, Trapenier says they should remain the family's estate. He said they belong to the family because they were left in Belgium 42 years ago. Marvin gave it to them and said, "Do whatever you want with it," and he never came back. The problem is, the Belgian law that would support the family's custodianship of the physical tapes did not necessarily apply to intellectual property contained therein. If the heirs of the Gaye estate lay a claim to his music, the family could possess the recordings without a legal right to release them commercially. The Gaye family could legally own the music, but have no access to the tapes that contain them. So without a resolution, a legal stalemate would result. Trapenier says some kind of compromise and collaboration is necessary to bring Gaye's new music to life. I think we both benefit, the family of Marvin and the collection, in the hands of Dumoulin's heirs. If we put our hands together and find the right people in the world, the Mark Ronsons or the Bruno Marses, and I'll add here myself, the Weekends or the Rihannas, let's listen to this and let's make the next album. My friends, what servants know is that no one person can claim the kingdom of God. No one person can possess the power of Christ, but within a community, by being a people in relationship together, we can learn to grow in love and demonstrate that great things can develop or produce to improve the lives of each other. We are called to be grateful that we have this safe and welcoming space that says we know how to take care of each other, to love one another, to express relationship and community as Christ has called us to do. This morning we engage in the act of welcoming. We welcome into our congregation officially this morning. We know you've been with us for quite some time, but we make it official this morning. Catherine, Aganze, Zaina, Sean, Letitia, Stephanie, Claire, Abigail, and many who bear the name Zahinda, into the membership of our Emmanuel United Church family. Thank you for your presence with us in this community of faith. Thank you for being a part of our family and for showing us how to continue to be a family in this world. May we, as Emmanuelites and people of wider faith, demonstrate that we, as a church, reflect that we know how to serve one another with love and to continue to learn together, loving one another. We are a people who know what servants may know. We love one another. Thanks be to God.